to think about you shaking in your boots. Maurice Williams shaking in his boots.
Whoa,
yeah,
man, unbelievable.
I think my mother would just love to touch you, knowing you performed with Johnny Mathis. Yeah.
I believe that.
Yeah. I bet we could track her down.
That's she's a beautiful lady.
Oh yeah, that's very sweet.
Beautiful lady.
That's very sweet. You know, there's so many things, and to think about it, do you ever sit back and say, "I'm Maurice," or you stay very humble? Yeah.
I stay humble. I stay with God. I stay in church.
Right.
And I believe in myself and others.
Right.
Big time.
Yeah.
Because it takes all of us. And I just stay that way.
Right.
And by me staying that way, my feet stay on the ground.
Right.
And I never forget Lancaster, South Carolina.
Oh yeah.
I'll never forget my home.
Right.
Because, and I've seen this happen. Once you forget from where you came, you lost. I've seen guys forget that.
Right.
I really have. And they never amount to anything.
Yeah, can you talk to them? Can you say, you got to remember?
No.
Yeah, you can't talk to them at that point. Yeah.
No, they're gone.
Yeah.
They're gone. Hey guys, they go up, and they say, well, I'm from Philly. No, you ain't. You from Lawrence, South Carolina, and I know you are.
Right.
But I don't tell them that. They're too far gone.
Yeah.
You know, they don't want to be from the little small town anymore. They got to be from the big city. And it ain't right. So I never did that.
Right.
And so that really helps me stay grounded.
That is a great point. That is a great point.
And I feel good staying that way.
Yeah.
I feel good saying, I'm from a small town.
Right.
I'm proud.
Yeah.
You know, I'm happy.
Well, I know the leadership of South Carolina sure loves Maurice Williams out on the trail.
I love South Carolina.
London, England, and this man's from Lancaster, South Carolina.
Yes.
Opening up worldwide, and that's been a great claim to fame, much like Bill Pinkney, Mickey Spillane. Even though he was a New Jersey guy, he lived in South Carolina forever. Vanna White, folks that have continued to bring this state some great recognition, and we're all appreciative of that. You know, we think about, for you, favorite performance, favorite memories of being out performing live. Obviously, you shared with us yesterday performing with James Brown and watching him in action in the morning and at night. But do you have any favorite memories that really stick out in your mind?
One of my favorites is being in London and performing in front of 6,000 people that are dancing to the oldies, the songs that I wrote and performed with the Gladiolas.
Right.
And they're dancing, 6,000 people, man. They're dancing straight up and down.
No.
Some kind of dance, Greg, they do, where they jump straight up and down.
They're in London, England,
England. You see 6,000 heads doing that. That's something to see.
Yeah. You stop singing, you just watch.
Well, you want to, but you see it going on.
Yeah.
But it's amazing.
Yeah.
That was one of the highlights.
Yeah.
The biggest. And another fun memory is when I received the order of the Palmetto.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That
must have been.
That was huge.
That was just a few years ago. 2004 was it?
Somewhere in there.
Yeah. The Order of the Palmetto, which is the highest award for folks who aren't familiar with it, that any civilian in the state of South Carolina can receive.
That stands out.
Absolutely.
All the awards, the record sales, all that. When your home folk think you're good and think that you are that special, that and your home, that means an awful lot to me.
Yeah.
You know,
absolutely.
You know, people that know you grew up with, your home, can't beat it.
A big kudos back to someone else who I know you've performed with, who went back to his roots, Bill Pinkney there.
Yes,
and back to the Sumter area, and recognized that even though he would travel worldwide and the Drifters, the original Drifters, would be known worldwide, he'd still be able to say happily, hey, I'm from Sumter, South Carolina.
He always did that. Made me feel good.
Yeah.
And the two of us together, wow, you can't beat it. South Carolina was raising sand that day.
That it was, absolutely. Yes.
He was talking about the boardwalk, and I'm saying, stay a little longer. Right in South Carolina.
Right.
You know,
wow,
you can't beat it.
I love it. Speaking of that, didn't you perform a song recently?
Yeah.
That is
South Carolina.
Right. That song you're talking about. Yes.
I wrote it, and
can folks get that on any albums, or is that something they can?
It's going to be on my album, 50th anniversary.
Right, good. Coming out soon.
You probably can buy it right off internet. Frank Shaw.
At BradleyHouseMusic.com. Great, Bradley House Music.
And ETV.
Absolutely.
South Carolina, ETV.
Right.
You can get it out. They're not selling it, though.
Oh, yeah, sure. No,
they're promoting it.
Sure, absolutely.
We did it for a show they're doing. So, what is it? I forget the name of it.
Right.
It's a documentary for ETV. And then I forget when it's going to be out.
Right.
But it'll be sometime soon, spring or something. But it'll be there. It's a fantastic song.
Oh, yeah.
It tells about staying right here in South Carolina, which is fantastic. It's so fitting.
Yeah.
What she is talking about, the documentary, the song, it seemed like the song was wrote to complement her idea.
Yeah.
And when the song was already wrote, and then when she heard it, she said, wow, it fits what she's doing. Her name is Betsy, somebody. I forget.
Right.
I'm so sorry.
No, that's right. It's early. It's 7 a.m. It's right before Christmas. You're thinking about presents. You're thinking about getting down.
I need a present.
Getting out of here to shop. That's right.
Yeah, and it fits the documentary so good. So it's going to be great. It fits.
I love it. We just got a few minutes, Maurice. Can you even remember how many albums you've done? You've obviously recorded a lot of albums.
It's been a ton. I don't remember all. First, got a new one coming out.
Yeah, another little just moment. Can't remember them all. That's right. That means more than 2, more than 5.
More than 5, more than 10.
Yeah. Wow.
So we'll concentrate on the new one.
Yeah, that's right. Well, a lot of folks can go out to stores now. Again, we talked about Walmart. We're not talking about Walmart in South Carolina. We're talking about Walmart nationwide, worldwide. The ability to get Maurice Williams, of course, going to BradleyHouseMusic.com. We talked about Best Buy, another very popular venue for picking out music and a big music seller. Folks can go to Best Buy and pick up some Maurice Williams performances.
Wonderful.
You know, a lot of folks wonder about that idea about if your music has changed at all. Is the way you perform today any different from how you performed? Really?
Same.
Yeah.
It's the same.
Right.
Hopefully it's gotten better. But you don't change it. I had a person tell me once, say, if you ever change that, we can't book you because we booked the 60s and the 50s, so you got to remain the same.
Right.
So I'm still singing This Magic Moment, of course, Stay and all that.
Yeah.
The same way I did it in 1960.
Your voice has just gotten better.
It's gotten better.
Yeah.
I have a little cold today, but it's gotten better, actually.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful. We're doing the exact same music. And we are good.
Yeah. So you know it. Yeah.
I love to say this. Some guys say, well, you finally learned how to do it right. I say, yes. After 50 years, I learned how to sing it right and do it right. So
I love it. Well, you have really kept your youth, Maurice. You know, I hate to say that. I hate to say the year you were born. I think
it's okay with me.
Yeah.
I'm glad to be here.
Right. To think about performing for almost, as you said, 50-some years.
Over 50 years.
But to think about getting started at age 5.
Yes.
And to know that your family was behind you.
Yes.
Your family was supporting you. I've heard you talk a lot about an uncle, I believe.
Uncle Coy.
Uncle Coy.
Yeah, he played jazz piano.
Right, yeah.
He helped me a lot.
Absolutely.
He used to drive us around the jobs, you know.
Is that right?
Yeah. He helped me an awful lot. Coy, Big Inez Clinton's husband, was Uncle Coy. And he's a jazz pianist. And he helped me out a lot. Yeah, he did. He really did. Had a great family. The music is so wonderful. You know, it's just beautiful, and the memories are just... And I'm working on a book.
You are?
Yeah, it should be out, Greg, in September of 2008.
Yes. Wow,
yeah,
that is tremendous. Well,
but I've been doing it for 40 years. But the thing about a book, every time I write something, I have to wait on this to happen.
Right.
I change this because that did happen, whatever. So at this age, I'm going to wrap it up and go ahead and put it out there.
That is 2008. We'll be looking out for that in 2008. Maybe we can get you back in to highlight that.
That'd be wonderful to do that.
When the book comes out,
we'll do it.
Get my folks down from Durham. They'd love that. They could ride down with Freddie.
I love to. Yeah.
Little Freddie there.
Well, Freddie lives in Charlotte now.
Oh, he does. Okay,
does,
sure, sure.
But he goes home a lot.
You found the Tar Heel State now as home, I believe.
Definitely. Both is home.
Yeah. Both states.
Both.
You can't say which Carolina is your Carolina.
I just wish it was still called Carolina.
Yeah. Just one big Carolina.
I wish it was, like the Carolina Panthers.
Absolutely. That's
fantastic.
Exactly right.
I wish it was all Carolina, but that would never be, so let's don't even talk about it.
The biggest inspiration for you, Maurice, as you think about it, obviously you talk about God and being grounded that way. Mm-hmm. Is he your biggest inspiration?
Yes, he is. Yeah. Definitely. Mm-hmm. He is, always have been. Oh, since I was a wee-eye to a potato. I get original. Knee-eye to a potato. See, when I was born, the church was right across the street. I come out my front door, go across the street without getting hit by a car. Church is right there. Mm-hmm. So this service went on all the time, Sundays and Wednesdays, Thursdays. And I was in there every Sunday. So I was raised in church, and so I stayed in church all the time. My mother wanted me to be a minister.
Is that right?
But I wanted to do rock and roll. So I minister my songs.
Right, yeah.
There's a positive message.
Yeah.
Like I tell my Reverend now, at New Emmanuel in Charlotte, I tell him, I say, Reb, I'm going out to minister my songs. And it's a positive message, and it's all good. Yeah. It's very positive. So I make somebody happy tonight.
Absolutely.
I don't care about you drinking booze. I don't care what you do. My message is going to be positive, going to make you happy. Yeah. You're going to forget that little problem you got over here. Right. It's going to be happy. That's what we preach.
Those are great
and
words.
Love. And
yes. love. And that's kept you grounded. Maurice, I'm sorry we've run out of time. Again, I'm embarrassed. An hour yesterday and today is blown by. Living Legend, Part 2 today. Stay tuned. A little more of Maurice Williams coming up next. We started this morning talking about stay, and we wrapped up this morning talking about God. You heard Maurice say it. Stay with God. Stay off of drugs. Learn more about Maurice Williams online at mauricewilliams-stay.com. Maurice Williams.